y'all doing? Happy Friday. Okay, so today I'm coming at you with a reveal, a review/reveal, I guess, on the Westminster GM in the Damier beam print. Now, don't let the GM fool you, because this is not your regular GM size. Like when I think of GM, I think of, you know, the Neverfull GM or the old delightful GM. I think like monster trucks, okay? This is not your normal, what you would think of GM. Okay, so the measurements, and I actually did 3 different length measurements. The first one's from the very bottom, because it does have somewhat of a structured base. So that measures 12 inches wide, okay? Now, and then the middle here, you can see how her hips kind of go a little past, see the seam, the end is right here, and so see how it goes out past that, her hips. Her hips at the widest point are 17 inches, and then up here at the zipper from end to end it's 15 inches. And then you've got an 8-inch, and then the depth is, 7 inches, like a Speedy, and then the handle drop here is 8 inches. And it does have these nice, like flat handles that are gonna fit a little more, and I'll do them on shot in a minute, but they're gonna fit a little more comfortable on your shoulder, you know, like versus an artsy or the rolled handles, you know, like the Speedy handles. Like there's a Soleil, and it's a very similar bag, except it doesn't have pleats, and it has the rolled handles. And so I was just thinking that bag might be, I'm wondering if that bag might be a little uncomfortable on your shoulder just because of the rolled handles. But anyway, obviously this is going to be an all-weather bag. It has the nice pleats on it, so it has a more feminine look. But going back to the size, I was going to say about the GM, even though it is a GM size, it doesn't take on the typical, the traditional measurements of a GM bag, in my opinion. If I had to compare this to a bag, I would compare it to the Neverfull MM. In fact, the Neverfull MM is 13 inches wide, so it's actually just a teeny bit, you know, bigger. But other than that, I mean, it's going to be very similar. I mean, probably a big difference is that this has a zipper closure, which, by the way, it has these nice, pretty, like jewelry quality zippers, and there's 2 of them. So it actually has a double zipper closure, which is really nice, and it has these nice little pulls, and so it's just really classy. And then like these, you know, like these are nice and shiny, and they're kind of rounded. They're not that, you know, like for example on the Mezzo tote, you know, if that's an older tote, discontinued tote, it has more of the flat rings, D-rings, or not really D-rings, but well, okay, yes they are. It's more flat, but these are rounded. And so just kind of those little touches, I think, make it look a little more feminine, in my opinion. Okay, and so let's go to the inside. So the inside is going to be the red canvas, the nice hardy canvas. And so on one side you have, okay, wait. So on this wall you've got your heat stamp, and then you have 2 of the newer sized pockets versus the, you know, the old cell phone pockets. You're going to have the newer size. So these are going to fit. Okay, I have an iPhone 5, just to give you an idea. So this is going to fit, and that's all it's going to stick out, not too much. And I also have this is an I+. This is an I+. It's a new one, y'all. This one is an iPhone 6 Plus. God. And okay, so that's how that looks. So it is going to clear the zipper, but see, they're going to stick out. Now, if you go around to the other side, there's just one generous, you know, wide pocket. And so now the iPhone 6 Plus is going to fit side to side in there with plenty of room to spare. I mean, like it's not even close to sticking out of the top. And then obviously the 5, you know, they fit in there together, you'll see. Okay, and that's how that looks. Now there is a D-ring, which is really nice, because you know Mama a fan of the D-ring. Okay, so you got that in there. Okay, now I'm just going to show you kind of what I carry, which, you know, I carry pretty much the same things no matter what bag, unless I'm downsizing for like vacay or, you know, date night or whatever. Oh my gosh, you know how you look in the mirror and you actually think you look okay, and then you do a video and you're like, good Lord, I'm sorry. It's been having some issues with my hair. Okay, so first we've got the accessory pochette, okay, just a regular size, and that's just gonna fit in here. I'm gonna put everything in like this, you know, like that. So we got that, and I'm gonna actually put the camera down so you can see better, because I really hate it whenever you watch videos and they're like, yeah, this fits, and you're like, where the bag? Okay, so I want you to see it. So now I have the mid-size pochette, and you've heard me say 100 times that this is a pochette that I just got that it came with some other bag. It probably came in like a bucket bag or something. So I carry that, and then of course I have my full-size wallet, my zippy wallet, and the vernis in this like clay color. And so far, everything is side by side, okay? And pretty much the only things I have left, so I have this little handmade pouch that I keep all of my overflow cards in. I used to use that 4x6 Coach wristlet, and I had these, and so I decided to do that. So I'm gonna put it right here like that. So I'm gonna stick that down in here. And obviously, you know, you've got some extra organization with all these pockets. So I have this other little handmade item for like Kleenexes, and so I'm gonna put it in one of the pockets right here, along with like my sanitizer, because those things, you know, I like for those things to be somewhat handy, right? Okay, and then my pen case. And I can pretty much just, I don't know, I can just throw it in here, I guess. And then I do have my big calendar, which is no problem. It'll fit in here just fine. And I wish I brought my tablet down here so I could show you. I was looking to see where it is. Oh, they're upstairs. So everything fits though, okay? Everything fits in here. If having a zipper in the security is important to you, like if you're not a fan of the Neverfull, okay, let me back up. If you like the Neverfull, but you wish it had a zipper, check out this option, because this is, again, very similar to the Neverfull size. The straps are even a tad bit longer, they're a bit wider, and it has not one zipper, but dose, okay? And then, of course, I have my little Tic Tacs, and I'm just gonna put, okay, because I'm probably gonna end up putting my phone in the other pocket that's next to the little, you know, handmade Kleenex thing. And right now I have this big pocket just set aside, because I know me, and like that pocket for me would be like a catch-all pocket, like receipts, or you know, when you get change back from something and you don't have time to put everything back in your wallet and you can just throw it in your bag, you can just throw it. This would be, I don't know if this is just like a southern thing or what, but do y'all have like a junk drawer in your kitchen? Like, it don't matter if you need a screwdriver or scissors or a zip tie or a pen or some staples, you go to the junk drawer. Okay, this is going to be your junk pocket. It's just going to be like, everything goes in there. It's going to be one of those pockets you're going to have to clean out like every couple of weeks, because it's going to get all overflowed and guts be hanging out and whatnot. And so that's kind of what that pocket is. So I'm probably going to put, again, just like whatever, but I've been carrying my little battery packs. I know people have been using these for a while, but I started using it this summer, earlier this summer when I was traveling. And now I can't live without it, because for some reason my phones, they die so quickly, and so I like having this handy. So I'm going to put that in this big pocket, but then of course you need the cord. Okay, but I'm using another battery pack right now, oops, while I make this video so it doesn't die on me. Okay, let me do my shot. What else do I have over here? Okay, I guess nothing. Well, I forgot to put these in there, but that's okay. They're not going to take up much room. So again, this is the Westminster GM and Damier bean. And it's really a cute bag, and it's a good alternative to the Neverfull if you like zippers, if you need a zipper, or if you just like the pleating, okay? I mean, the pleating gives it like a nice, you know, again, a nice feminine look. Okay, now let me move this up here so you can see maybe a little bit better. Okay, ooh, there we go. Okay, so this is how it looks from the front, okay? And then here we go from the side. And, you know, I feel like in the video it looks a little ginormous. I'm telling you guys, it's not, okay? If you go back and look at my Neverfull MM videos and GM video, you will see that it's very similar. So yeah, and again, so overall, I would say the bag, of course this is an older bag, and it is squishy, see, but it does have this structured base. I mean, but it's not, okay, see, like it's not, so structured that you can't move it. I mean, obviously, you know. Now, you know, maybe when it was brand new, it probably was a lot more stiff, but when I first saw this bag, I'm like, oh, that's gonna be too stiff, you know, but really, it's not. I mean, like I said, it is squishy, you know, but you don't want it to be too squishy, because it's not a hobo. I mean, you want it to have some sort of structure to it, right? And you can access it from your shoulder, okay? You can do this, blah, 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 you can do all that, no problem. Let's see, elbow test. I think, okay, borderline elbow test. So it's one of those where, you know how some bags you can just go like this and it goes on smooth like butter? Okay, well this one, you have to kind of jack your elbow up at the last minute to get it. So, and you don't want to look all crazy doing that, so you're probably just going to want to do this, okay? or depending on if you're, you know, a petite gal, then you may not have any problems. But, you know, I have like orangutan arms, so I have to do like this weird little, you know, final kick at the end to get it over my shoulder. But it's fine. I mean, it's, you know, definitely not, well, again, it's an inch more, if I'm remembering right, it's an inch longer than the Never Full straps. And again, I like this because, you know, they're just a tad bit longer, they're wider, and they're flat. And so, well, slightly flat. There's like a little bit of a rounded part right there, but, well, in the video it looks flat. But you know what I'm saying? I know you've seen these kind of straps before. They're not like the Flannery, you know how that one is, just straight flat. Okay, this has got a little bit of, and I think just an extra touch, you know, it's like a little rounded part. This makes it look a little more feminine, you know. But anyway, okay, so I hope this was helpful. And this is a great option, again, if you like the security, you like zippers, but you don't want a monstrous tote, and you want something that's for all weather. Okay, all right, talk to you soon, bye.